That's it. Nice shot. All right, time for something else. Let's go. Remember, repetition is key, and it always pays off. So let's go. Nice defense! Let's set up those strikes. Yes, that's the way you master your craft. Good work! Don't stop now. 30 on the clock. Great job in there. You land volume like that, you're gonna chop everybody down.
Economics, heard them on every verse, so there'll be several different. So we are the practitioners.
All right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev, wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Gotta think he's gonna try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that I think separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight. Khamzat Chimaev enters the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. So the latest title defense arrives here and now for the UFC's undisputed middleweight champion. And prevailing wisdom is it's going to take a huge effort out of the challenger tonight to dethrone this dominant king.
Absolutely. You do not beat this guy without being on your A game. And not even just your A game is going to get it done. You have got to overachieve in order to beat this guy. This guy is firmly entrenched as the best in the world. When you look at him, you know he's the best, from the way he carries himself, to the confidence, to the skill set. He's the champ, and he doesn't intend for that to change.
Seemed as though it was maybe a difficult weight cut, or more difficult than once prior, but he didn't want to hear any of that noise in advance of this latest middleweight championship title defense. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the particulars, he is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Hamzat Chimaev. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Gomez.
One of the best in the business, Herb Dean, is our referee tonight. All right, so here he is, the UFC champion, and this guy is all the rage. Right now, he might be the front runner for the fighter of the year, given the fact that he was able to knock out the #1 contender in his last title defense, and to do so emphatically in a fight that a lot of people thought was close on paper is really something that could take his career to the next level. Trying to follow that up here tonight. Most guys have succumbed to his power. We'll see if that holds true yet again tonight. Hamzat Chimaev gets the early takedown. Nice start to the round for him. Let's see what he can do with it.
Oh my goodness, what a kick!
Beautiful combination there. If you are teaching an up-and-coming fighter about throwing volume strikes effectively, you can do worse than watching the film on this guy
It's a
tonight.
master class, John. It's a master class in mixing up the target, mixing up the strikes, and ending your combination with the kick. Got his guard pass.
A lot of top pressure being applied here.
Look at that. Recognize he's about to lose position.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Making all these shots count. And right into side control. Chimaev's back to the side control now. Oh, what a moment there as they make their way back to the feet. Crowd may be drunk, but they're absolutely loving it.
Yeah, the crowd loves the stand-up fight. So all that grappling wasn't what they wanted to see. They're back up on their feet now, and they're popping for it. They're excited.
The left punch is true, now the right hand. Oh, man, I'm starting to feel bad for the canvas as he lands another takedown there.
He landed another takedown, and he's doing it over and over again. What I am a massive fan of is his cardio, the ability to be able to keep this pace over and over as he hits these takedown attempts.
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch. Oh, that was a really nice takedown. Now he's back up. He hurt him again.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. So under 30 seconds to go in what has been a pretty entertaining and active first round. Oh, huge right hand! Oh, so what an end to the round. He got knocked down just before the final horn. You can classify that as saved by the bell.
It's okay. You just got caught. I need this round.
All right, so there's the horn. He got knocked down by a punch in that round, but he is able to survive. We'll see if they can make some adjustments.
He's as tough as they come. He took that shot and he kept plodding forward. He got off of his butt. He got himself off of the canvas and tried to get right back to work. But he cannot take many more of these. You don't want to be the guy that's testing how tough that your chin is.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway. Body kick is there.
Oh, hurt him.
Chimaev's cut above the eye, and that blood figures to start to trickle down. Could compromise his vision here moving forward. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Great body kick there. So a big knockdown for him in the previous round. Confidence is high and building here in this next round.
Confidence is key, and he has a ton of it right now.
All right, just like we saw in the previous round, the takedown is there at will. He actually wanted a side wager with you on over 10 takedowns tonight. You wouldn't take the bait, and perhaps it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's such a high number. So while it seems tempting, you got to turn.
Oh! Back to the feet. Just a gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really saw it coming. So back to the drawing board for him. But for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight. All right, with that, the official decision is in. We go to the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 52 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Gomez.
All right, so a lot of people thought the #1 contender was going to get it done tonight. Not the case, and still UFC middleweight champion of the world. And I think he wants to slow all of that roll when it comes to somebody taking his title.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy has desires to be a long-reigning champion. A champion that held onto the belt like the great Anderson Silva did before him. This guy looks to have all the tools to be a long-reigning UFC champion.